Hey everyone, I am Maddie from Stride and Edge, and today I bring you another 30-minute hip class. So we do hold a lot of tension in our hips, and with that tension sometimes we hold a lot of emotion there, so sometimes it's so great to just take that time and really stretch them out and relieve that tension. So we're going to do a little bit of a hip sequence that will flow through 3 or 4 times, and that includes some leg balances, so it's a bit of fun. And I do hope you enjoy it, so let me know in the comments below if you do. Give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to our channel because we have got weekly classes, even sometimes twice a week coming your way. Also, if you ever fancy joining us for one of our live classes, we are doing them currently on Zoom, but maybe not forever, maybe not for very long. So if you do want to join us for a 60-minute Vinyasa class, we have them 3 times a week on a Tuesday, Thursday, and a Saturday morning, which is always so much fun. So I'll put all the information in the description below and you can check that out. But I hope you enjoy this class and I'll see you back on the mat. Today's class lying down on our backs. So getting yourself all the way on your backs. You can either let your legs go out long, or since this is a little bit of a hip focused class, you can bring the soles of the feet together and let your knees fall apart. Just let the weight of your knees open up those hips a little bit. And just starting off by closing your eyes. And then place your right hand on top of your stomach, and then bring your left hand up on top of your heart. So we're just starting to bring that awareness inward. Start to notice the rise and fall of your hands as you breathe. And then we'll start to deepen the breath in through the nose, all the way into the belly, up into the chest. And then big exhale out, letting that go. And again, big inhale. Fill those lungs up. And then long exhale, letting all that breath come out. And again, inhaling into the belly, the chest, fill up those lungs. And then long exhale, all the way out. And then from here, you can gently open your eyes, have a nice soft focus. Let your left leg go out long and bring your right knee into the chest and just gently start to draw that knee in. Start to rock it a little bit side to side, already working into those hips. If you want to, start to circle the foot, stretching out through and warming up through the ankle, one way and then the other way. And then you can take that knee all the way across to the left hand side, just for a gentle twist through the spine. And then bring it back through center. And then from here, just plant that left foot down and then cross the right ankle over the top of that left knee and then start to press that right knee away. So just looking at your legs here, you've got this kind of, it looks like a number 4, so a figure 4 shape with your legs. And just remember this shape because we're going to come back to this a little bit later on in the class. But I just want you to think about pressing that right knee away so you're working into that outer right hip. And you can either stay here or start to lift that left knee into the chest and just thread your hands through that gap and draw that left knee in. So opening up into that outer hip just a little bit more. Inhaling here. Exhale, can you draw that knee in a little bit closer? Now again, inhale. If you want to, you can straighten that left leg, reaching that foot up towards the ceiling. And then let that leg go back out long. Let the right leg fall out long. Just give it a little shake. And then we can bring that left knee into the chest. So again, just starting off by some gentle rocks side to side. Even circling the foot, warming up through that ankle, all those tendons around the shin. And then find that twist, so guide that knee over towards the right. Maybe you feel a few little cracks and pops in the spine, that's okay. And then bring it back to center. And then we'll find that figure four shape again on the other side. So plant that right foot down, cross the left ankle over that right knee, and then just start to press that left knee away first. And we want to keep that left foot flexed, activating all those tendons around that shin and protecting that knee joint. And then we can either stay here or start to draw that right knee into the chest. Inhaling here. Exhale, drawing in a little bit closer. Again, you can stay here with that knee bent, or you can extend that right foot up towards the ceiling, straightening that leg. Inhaling here. And exhale. And then let that leg go out long, both legs, just shake them out a little bit. And then start to bring both knees into the chest, drawing them in, a little rock side to side, just rolling on that lower back. And then we'll start to rock up and down the spine. Really round that back, rolling up and down each vertebrae. And then when you're ready, just cross over at your ankles and start to roll over those legs to bring those hands out in front. So we find ourselves in our tabletop position. Just bring yourself a little bit further back so you're in the middle of that mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Just take a little rock forwards and backwards. Start to warm up through those wrists. Inhaling and exhaling. And then find that tabletop position once again. Let's move through our cat-cows. Inhale, we'll scoop the belly down. Start to lift the chest, lift the chin. And then as we exhale, rounding the back, really press down through those hands. Moving with the breath. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round the back. Spread those fingers, press down through those hands. Let's do one more. Inhale, drop the belly, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale to then round the back, press down through those hands. Then from here, we'll tuck the toes underneath. Start to lift those knees, those hips up in the air. So we find our downward facing dog. First of all, just have a little bend in the legs. Really press down through those hands. So you want to lengthen out through the spine, taking those hips even further towards the back of the room. Inhaling here. And exhale, start to walk out through the feet. Drawing one heel down at a time. Walk all the way through the feet, all the way into the toes. Finding even more space. And then from here, we're going to lift the right leg up. Inhale it. And then as we exhale, bend the knee and open up that hip. So you want that right hip to be stacked on top of the left, letting that right foot wants to fall over towards that left-hand side. If you want to add a little bit of more of an opening, you can start to do some big circles with that right knee. Circling it one way, and then change direction, circling the other way. And then inhaling here. As we exhale, step that foot to the outside of the right hand. Big step up, so we're in our lizard pose, sinking those hips down. You can even have a little play with just dropping that back knee down. Or lifting that back knee, taking a few little rocks forwards and backwards. Just finding a little bit extra space here. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then from here, keep that left hand planted on the ground. We're just going to lift that right arm up. Open that chest. Inhaling here, keep those hips sinking down. And then bring that hand back down. Let's step back to our downward facing dog. Just walk out through those feet a little bit. And then we'll move it through the other side. So lifting that left leg up, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open up that hip. Again, you can stay here, or if you want to draw some big circles with that knee, just opening up into that hip joint just a little bit more. And then change direction, drawing the other way. And we'll inhale here one more time. Exhale, let's step that foot to the outside of the left hand, finding that lizard pose on the other side. Again, just have a little bit of a play here. You can drop the knee down if you want to, if that feels nice. Or keep that knee lifted and finding some little rocks forwards and backwards. Inhaling here. And exhale. And then keep that right hand planted as we inhale, lift that left arm up. So we're twisting our body open towards the left, still sinking down into those hips. Open that chest, inhale, and exhale. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, bring that hand back down. Let's step back, downward facing dog, walking out through the feet. And then we'll walk the feet all the way up towards the top of the mat. Take your time, meeting in a forward fold, feet hip distance apart, little bend in the legs, and then just let that body hang over. Swaying side to side, release the neck, shake the head, take a big breath in, and exhale. And then we're going to roll up to standing, taking your time, rolling all the way up through the spine. Make sure that head comes up last. And then once we're there, we'll roll those shoulders up, back and down, arms by the sides, palms facing forward. Strong in your mountain pose. Take one big breath in. And then a big breath out. Bringing the feet together, toes touching. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. You can step or even jumping back into your Vinyasa, halfway down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Your choice, roll those shoulders back. And as we exhale, we take those hips up and back to your downward facing dog. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. Checking in with your downward dog, making sure your back isn't rounding. If it is, just take a little bend in those legs. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands. You can step, walk, or even hop the feet up. We inhale, find a halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, we fold. Inhale, rolling up to standing as we bring those arms up overhead, look up towards our palms. And exhale, palms out the chest. Okay, from here, just take those feet out, hip distance apart. Take a little bend in those legs. So we're going to move through a little bit of a sequence now, and this is going to be all working on leg balances and working into our hips a little bit. So we'll go slow for the first one, and then we'll just speed it up a little bit more. So what I want you to do is, if we are working on leg balances, it's always good to find that little spot in front of us, something we can focus on. So first of all, just find that spot, and then we'll take the weight onto our left foot and just come onto your right toes. So as we inhale, I want to bring those arms up overhead and then bring that right knee into the chest. As we exhale, cross that right ankle over your left knee as you bend into that left leg. So we're finding that figure four shape like we found before. And then as we do that, just bring those palms at the chest. So notice how you're flexing that foot, you're sinking those hips down, opening up into that hip. Nice. And then as we inhale, we stand back up, bringing that right knee back into the chest. Just here. And then as we exhale, we're going to lean forwards and take that right leg all the way back behind us and finding our warrior three. Now you can keep your arms up overhead, or it's quite nice to take them all the way down by the sides of the body, palms facing down, like you're flying through the air. And then we inhale, stand back up, keep that foot off the ground, bring that right knee back into the chest. And then exhale, bring it down, hands by the sides. So that's all that flow on that one side, and we're going to do that on the other side. So start to take the weight onto your right leg. As we inhale, bring the arms up overhead, left knee into the chest. As we exhale, cross that ankle over the knee, sink down into that figure four shape. So bend into that right leg, you can bring those palms out the chest. As we inhale, we stand back up, knee into the chest. As we exhale, take it back to that warrior three. So shoot that leg back, nice and slow with the transitions, arms by the side, strong core. Inhale, we stand back up, knee comes up. And then exhale, bring that foot down, arms by the sides. Okay, we can move through it a little bit quicker this time, so start to bring that right knee to the chest. Inhale. Exhale, that figure four, sitting down into that hip, bring those palms to the chest, nice and low. Inhale, we stand back up. Exhale, warrior three, shoot that foot back, leaning forwards, take it nice and slow here, strong. In your warrior three, inhale, we stand back up, knees to the chest. And exhale, bring that foot down. Straight away, left side, inhale, bring that left knee in. Exhale, cross that foot over that ankle, over that knee, sorry, bring those palms to the chest. Inhale, we stand back up. Exhale, warrior three, take it back nice and slow. Inhale, bring that knee back up. Oops. And then exhale, that foot comes back down. Last time, right knee into the chest, inhale. Exhale, cross that ankle over that knee, sink down into that figure four. Inhale, we stand back up. Exhale, warrior three. And inhale, standing back up, knee into the chest. Exhale, bring that foot down, left side, inhale, knee up. Exhale, that figure four, sink those hips down. Inhale, we rise back up. Exhale, lean forwards, warrior three, shoot that foot back. Inhale, we rise back up. And exhale, bring that foot down. Nice. So we're just going to do it one more time on each side, but this time we'll just find some little bit more of standing poses. So we're going to inhale, bring that right knee in. Exhale, find that figure four. Inhale again, we stand up. Exhale, find that warrior three. Holding here. And then this time, slightly different, I want you to bend into that standing leg and step those toes back, lift those arms up, we find our high lunge. Inhaling here, exhale to stay. And again, inhale, and exhale. From here, I want to straighten that front leg, and then start to bring those hands down, we find our pyramid pose. So you can keep that back heel lifted if you want to, or just step that back foot in a little bit, and then drop that heel down at a 45-degree angle. And then here, just make sure that your hips are square towards the front of the room. So pulling that left hip back, that right hip forward, squeezing those inner thighs together. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. Can we fold down a little bit more? And again, inhale. And exhale. This time, bend into that front leg, plant those hands. We'll step back through a vinyasa, taking our chaturanga halfway. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, take those hips up and back, a downward facing dog. Just one breath here in your downward dog. As we exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, step, walk or hop the feet up. We inhale, find a halfway lift once we get there. And exhale, fold. Inhaling, rolling up to standing, arms come up. And exhale, palms at the chest. Other side, so we're going to bring that left knee into the chest this time. Inhale, bring the left knee in. Exhale, find that figure four. Cross that ankle over the knee, sink those hips down. Inhale, we rise back up. Exhale, take it back to that warrior three. Nice and slow, arms sweep back. Staying here, inhale. As we exhale, bend into that standing leg, step those toes back. We inhale, lift up. High lunge, arms come up overhead, still bending into that front leg. Staying here, inhaling. And exhaling. And we start to straighten that front leg. Taking that torso forwards, folding down, bring those hands down towards the ground. And again, we can stay on those back toes, or if you want to, hop that foot in just a little bit closer, and then drop the heel down at a 45-degree angle. And then square those hips. So make sure that right hip's pulling back, that left hip pulling forwards, squeezing those inner thighs together. Inhaling here. Exhale, we stay. And again, inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhaling. And exhaling. And then start to bend into that front leg. Plant those hands. Take yourself back through a vinyasa. Find your chaturanga halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog, inhale. And then exhale, take it back to your downward facing dog. Once we're here, we're going to lift the right leg up, inhale. Exhale, take that shin all the way through behind those wrists, coming into our pigeon pose. So flex that right foot, lowering that shin down. Drop the back knee down and untuck those toes. So come up here onto your fingertips, lift that chest up. Take a big breath in and exhale to stay. Again, with our pigeon pose, we also want to think about those hips square to the front of the room. So if you notice that you're rolling onto the outside of that right hip, then you can either place something underneath that hip to just find a little bit extra support, or just bring yourself a little bit higher onto your fingertips. Inhaling here, and exhale to stay. If you want to, walk those hands out in front a little bit. We always hold a lot of tension in our hips, so it's so great to just really focus on relieving that tension, especially with our breath. So send the breath into that hip. And with the exhale, just let it go. And again, inhale. And exhale. This time, slowly start to bring those hands back up. We'll tuck the back toes underneath. Take your time stepping back to downward facing dog. Walk out through the feet. And then let's go through the other side. So we'll inhale, lift that left leg up. And then exhale, start to bring that shin through. Flex that left foot. That's always important. That's just going to protect that knee joint. And then drop the back knee down, untuck the toes. Again, first just come up onto your fingertips. Check in with your hips. So make sure that right hip's pulling forwards. Inhaling here. And then we'll exhale to stay. If you want, walk the hands out. Focusing on that breath. Each inhale, send it to that hip, find space. And with each exhale, just let all of that tension release, sinking into the stretch a little bit more. Nice long breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Slowly start to walk those hands back up. Take your time. And then this time start to roll onto the outside of that left hip. Bring those legs all the way out in front. Legs out long. And just take a little wiggle side to side, just making sure that we're really sat on our sit bones. And then we'll flex the feet here, lifting those toes up. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead, find length in the spine. And then exhale, reach those arms all the way forwards towards the front of the room, trying to keep our back nice and flat. And then just bring those hands down to wherever we can reach without us rounding in our back too much. So even if that means just taking a hold of the backs of the legs, that's absolutely fine. And sometimes it can be really nice to have something to wrap around your feet and then pulling yourself down this way, like a yoga strap or a hand towel, or even a jumper or something. And that just makes sure that we keep our back nice and flat. Inhaling here. And exhale to stay. Stretching out through those calves, those hamstrings, flex those feet. And again, inhale. And exhale. Slowly now rolling all the way back up. Bring those knees up, plant those feet down. Just scoop the butt up towards the heels as we roll all the way down onto our backs. Taking just a brief back bend as we press through our feet, lift those hips up, find our bridge pose. Press down through those heels, lift those hip bones a little bit higher. Inhaling here. And stay as we exhale. And again, inhale, come up onto the toes. As we exhale, roll down to back. Take your time. And then we'll tick-tock those knees side to side, releasing through that lower back. You can go nice and slow here, or a little quicker. And then the next time the knees pass through center, just bring them both into the chest, give them a little squeeze. And then we'll find everyone's favorite happy baby pose. So take your arms on the insides of the legs and then take a hold up by the shins, the ankles, or the feet. As we let those knees go out towards the side, bring the soles of the feet up. So we've got these 90-degree angle in our legs. Just pulling our hands against those feet, working into those hips just a little bit more. Inhaling here. And then exhale, bring those feet back in, release them. And then let's let those legs go all the way out long. Finding our Shavasana. Let the feet fall apart, arms by the sides, palms facing up. Closing those eyes. Take a big breath in, fill the body up with air. Find that tension in those muscles. You can even squeeze your hands, create fists, point your toes. And then as you exhale, just let every muscle completely relax and melt into the ground. Letting go of the breath. Just giving your body this well-deserved rest. If you want a little bit longer in your Shavasana, then just stay here and only just this next bit. Otherwise, start to wiggle the fingers and toes. And deepening that breath, gradually finding that movement back into the body. Even reaching those arms up overhead. And either rolling onto your side, or you can bring the knees into the chest. And bring yourself all the way up into a comfortable seated position. And then once you're there, we'll just bring those palms together at the chest, eyes closed. Thank you for doing this class with me. Namaste.